therapy and physical examination. We'll provide care and set you up for the future. Call our office today to schedule your visit at any of our convenient locations.
9 million acres of forest, 1,700 miles of continuous shoreline, 4,300 lakes, 12,000 miles of streams, more than 300 waterfalls, 15 counties, 2 time zones, and 1 area code. Welcome to the Upper Peninsula. Welcome to 906 Outdoors. For your connection to the UP, watch 906 Outdoors Saturday mornings at 7:30.
Your home, where life happens. Family and friends gather. Memories are created. Locally family-owned business serving Rhinelander, Eagle River, and surrounding areas. Come into one of our stores located in Eagle River or Rhinelander and work closely with one of our creative kitchen designers on creating your dream kitchen.
Eagle River Cabinets, building relationships, one cabinet at a time.
Up North at 4 with Nate and Jeff starts now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Up North at 4. I'm Kevin Kraft in for Nate Myhock, excuse me. It was announced recently that the Wall That Heals will be coming to Nicolet College. We will hear from a representative about that. We'll also hear about a sobriety challenge that you can take part of. And with it being the last 4 p.m. show of the year, we'll give you some of the best stories that we did this year. We'll get to all of that in a bit, but first, here's your top 4 at 4. When you lose a personal item, how long does it take you to find it again? A day? A week? Maybe a month? Well, for one West Virginia woman, she was reunited with her old wallet that she lost more than 50 years ago. Sharon Day was 16 years old when she lost her wallet at a school dance. When her high school closed in 2019, contractors began to transform the building into new apartments. When Bradley Scott opened up the ductwork, out came many items, including Day's wallet. Scott went to social media to try and find Day, and he eventually did. Now Day is left with seeing her old wallet and her fine memories that are with it. Authorities in upstate New York reached out to thank a man they say broke into a school to ride out the recent blizzard. The man left a note behind apologizing for the break-in, which surveillance footage later revealed kept nearly a dozen people safe during the storm. Police posted images asking for the public's help in finding the man, and they later confirmed that they made contact, and the police thanked him for his heroics. Watching the ball drop in New York's famous Times Squares is a New Year's Eve tradition for many. But a bar in Minnesota is hoping to make a new tradition for locals. The Midway Saloon in St. Paul has a giant fishing bobber, and it will drop when the clock strikes midnight tomorrow night. The idea has been in the works for a few years, and finally, with the help of some local companies, a giant bobber was born. The hope is that it'll be attached to a crane 50 to 100 feet in the air, and then it'll slowly drop during the midnight countdown. The world's first 100% electric snow bike has made its way to a northern Michigan ski resort. And check this out, Boyne Mountain Resort in Boyne Falls, Michigan has 10 of these moon bikes. You can take these bikes out on a guided 1-hour, 8-mile tour. The bikes can reach a speed of 30 miles per hour and goes about 35 miles per charge. Helmets are provided and are required to ride, and riders must be at least 5 years old, weigh between 60 and 275 pounds, and be taller than 3 feet. Chief Meteorologist Jeff Weller joins us now. Jeff, I got to say, that looked like a lot of fun. Are we going to get some new snow anytime soon to
Kevin,
test that out?
Not much snow in our forecast anytime soon. There is some snow in our forecast probably later on Tuesday. Until then, though, we had some dense fog last night and some rainfall, and that all froze today. So a lot of us were doing this today with lots of ice across the area that did not melt now. After highs today, we're at midnight, right? So 41 here in Rhinelander, 44 for Wausau, even 50 50s for highs today across southeastern parts of Wisconsin. That is now gone. Current temperatures included in here, 23 in Rhinelander with a west wind around 9. That dew point there at 20. The pressure is rising. 22 for Wausau, that west wind at 10, making it feel like 11 outside in Wausau right now. And everybody has now cooled off. No more 40s and 50s, now all 20s. And we'll have low temperatures tonight down in the single digits. So here we go. Tomorrow, forecast high 29. Back near freezing or so, getting in here on Sunday into Monday and Tuesday. But then right back down again for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So overall, a very winter-like forecast. The average high being 24, 25. We'll be above that for a while, but then likely below that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week. Okay, so our snowpack took a hit, right? We're at 8 inches now here in Rhinelander, 7 for Wausau, 20 for Duluth, but we may add a little bit to this getting in here, maybe an inch or so tomorrow evening, most likely not, and then most likely later next week, Tuesday into Wednesday, will be a storm across the Midwest that could bring us some snow then. Until then, though, the rain is pushing off this way. We are in a clearing out mode. In fact, the skies across parts of Minnesota are clear right now, and that is the sky cover coming our way. Our next system is coming on shore here in California. That's going to do something like this, follow the jet stream, and bring us a good-looking storm across the Midwest and Great Lakes later Monday into Tuesday of next week. Until then, though, just cool temperatures around here for us. Low temperatures tonight down near 8. Your full forecast at 5 o'clock.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on recliners, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Slumberland Furniture.
Start the new year off right during the final days of the Ford Shine Bright sales event. Don't miss your chance to choose from a great selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Or place a custom order, lock in your rate, and you're protected. Plus, new inventory is still arriving daily, so you could drive one home today. This season, get into a 2022 Explorer SUV with 2.9% financing for 60 months at your local Ford dealer and shine bright.
There's a reason we're called People's State Bank and not the first bank of this or the big bank of that. It's because we share this community and the values that make it better and dream that our kids and yours will grow up happy. We know these roads as well as you do, and we're glad to travel them with you. When you think about it, it's really pretty simple. We're your kind of people. We just happen to be bankers. And that, more than anything, is what brings us together.
Carpet City. Uh-oh. Did your holiday hosting create a couple extra stains in your carpet? Or do you just need an update for your old flooring? Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and start your year off right with free carpet installation. That's right, free carpet installation. If money is a little tight, Carpet City Flooring Center can help make your project affordable with interest-free financing. Get your free carpet installation today.
Carpet City. Our prices will floor you.
Up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of merchandise must go. Lowest prices around on mattresses, rugs, bar stools, sectionals, accent chairs, and more at Slumberland Furniture.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. I'm Kevin Kraft in for Nate Myha. Casey Lehman from Nicolet College joins us now. And Casey, just found out Walls That Heals is coming to Nicolet College. That is super exciting news. Can you tell us a little bit about how you were able to get that approved and come to the Northwoods?
Yes, definitely. So I was talking with some coworkers out at Nicolet College and talking about bringing somehow a memorial to Nicolet College, and they really liked the idea. So I started doing some research and found the Wall That Heals. It's with the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund organization. So it's a 3/4 size replica of the Vietnam Wall out in Washington, D.C. It's a traveling wall. So I went through the process of applying for it, and we got approved, and it was just released just after Veterans Day that we could, that we were approved and that we could give out the information now.
And this is a big deal.
Yes.
Big deal.
Huge deal.
This wall travels to 31 locations. We're one of those 31 across the
Yep.
U.S., right? It's going to be here when?
It will be here, so it is going to arrive in Rhinelander on May 16th. It's a Tuesday. It will be coming in. It will be escorted. I'm working with the American Legion Rioters out of Lake Tomahawk to get a good escort into Rhinelander and bring a parade down. I'm hoping to bring it down Kemp Street and by Pioneer Park so that we can have the community welcoming the Wall That Heals. So, and then out to Nicolet College.
Very exciting. Now, for this big event, we're going to need volunteers. I know you want to stress on that.
Yes.
200 volunteers, you were telling me?
Yes. Yes, so it takes a lot of volunteers to make this a success. So it officially opens to the public on May 18th, and it closes at 2 on May 21st. That's Sunday. And while it's here and up, it has to be available to the public 24 hours a day while it's here. And there needs to be, during the day, they say about 6 to 8 volunteers to help with tours and things like that. And there is training, so don't worry about that. And then there needs to be at least 4 people in the evenings, so overnight hours, just to kind of be here. And that also gives, so the Vietnam veterans, some of them don't feel comfortable. They're not able to get away to Washington, D.C., or they don't want to go in big crowds. So that's kind of some of the importance of having those evening, nighttime hours so that they can come on their own. It's really a great opportunity for our community.
Yeah.
So, but yes, and then it takes 30 to 40 people to help build the wall and then take it back down as well.
All right, I'm pretty sure lots of hands are going to get raised to say, I will help you with this. You need 200 people. Please, people volunteer. This is a...
Where can they volunteer, though?
Yes. So, probably in a week or so, I will get some sign-ups available on our website. So it's on the Nicolet College website.
Okay.
If you go to there under community events, you can find the Wall That Heals and the days. There will be one link, and you can sign up for the times that you want to volunteer. And then there's also tour opportunities. So they will take there's 2 staff members that come with the Wall That Heals, and the semi-truck that the wall comes on turns into a mobile education center. So they can take 100 people through every hour. So we will have a second sign-up for any of school districts that would like to take their students through as well.
And I want to set the scene here because you're going to have this display, this memorial, out in the big field in front of Nicolet.
Yes.
And for those of people who haven't been to Washington, D.C., it's also in a field. And it's a moving experience when you're out there kind of by yourself with this wall that has so much symbolism to it, right? And you're going to try to recreate that in the field here in Rhinelander.
Yep.
And you're going to do it. And it's going to be moving, and it's going to be a thing. And we're so proud you put this together because I know how much work this took.
We're very excited out at Nicolet College. I'm excited to be able to bring this and having worked for this. So we do have a committee, a planning committee. We have our second meeting coming up in the middle of January. I am looking for a volunteer coordinator. If anybody's interested, you can contact me at Nicolet College. But yeah, so we're in the process. We've been training. There's been weekly trainings through the organization that brings it to us. So we're getting it and want it to be a success and everything that we hope it to be.
And this is going to be 1 of 2 stops in Wisconsin as well. You were telling me Crivets as well. When is that one going to take place?
So before us, it's coming from Kansas. It's going to go to Minnesota after us, and then it goes to Crivets after that. So that you can go to vvmf.org, and the tour, the 2023 tour, is there with the dates and the locations.
Got it.
All right.
And the one for Mendota Heights, the people who are the chair people for that, one of them for sure is originally from Rhinelander and grew up right down the street here. So
very exciting.
So I've been in touch with them.
Very exciting, Casey. This has been great. I really hope this turns into a success, and we will definitely be following this as it goes along.
Yes.
And we'll be right back here on Up North at 4.
Come out to Northern Pines and leave the cooking to us. Have a cold drink and relax as you enjoy the beautiful view of the lake and great food. Try our Friday night fish fry and seafood buffet. Come out to Northern Pines on Butternut Lake.
Whether you're just beginning your educational journey or seeking a new opportunity, we're here for you. At North Central Technical College, we have unique partnerships with 4-year colleges that allow you to transfer seamlessly to and from our campus, saving you time and money. With hundreds of transfer options available, the path to a bachelor's degree and a great paying career are just a step away. North Central Technical College. Start here, go anywhere.
Welcome to Patchouli Garden in Park Falls. We love authentic Indonesian patchouli and we specialize in our original custom blends. Everything with the Patchouli Garden name on it we make right here in our store. Visit Patchouli Garden in the store or online.
Happy holidays from all of us here at Newswatch 12 today.
Thank you for choosing to start your mornings with us here on WJFW.
Have a wonderful holiday season and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Northland Basement Systems is the all things basementy company. Basement waterproofing, basement finishing, basement structural repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. When it comes to basement solutions, nobody does it better than we do. Since 1991, homeowners just like you in the Northland have trusted Northland Basement Systems for all things basementy in their homes. Call Northland Basement Systems today to schedule a free home evaluation.
New set, new look, Newswatch 12. Our team works around the clock to bring you the news that matters most of all to the Northwoods. We are committed to the community and ensuring that you are as informed as possible. NBC Newswatch 12. News from where you live.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. Kevin Kraft in for Nate Myhock. And joining me on Zoom is Linda Larson-Schlitz, a local counselor and life coach. Thank you for joining me today, Linda. How are you today?
Oh, I'm doing great, Kevin. Thank you so much for having me on today. This is great.
Yes, for sure. So you're starting maybe not so much starting, but you're in charge of a 7-day sobriety challenge. Now, the name says a lot, but what does it all entail?
Well, I started this last year, Kevin, because this time of year, if you look at the statistics, there are tons of problems during the holidays with both family issues, people getting in fights, ending up in jail. But really concerning is the alcohol and drunk driving or drug driving, where there's accidents, people are dying, and it's a real tragedy. And I decided to start the 7-day sobriety challenge instead of waiting till a New Year's resolution, to start it now, in hopes that even one person would go, you know what, I don't want to ruin another holiday for me and my family and my friends. I'm going to be responsible this year and at minimum plan ahead and get a safe ride home.
For sure. Definitely great ideas with that. Now, if someone wants to partake in the challenge, now it is the last weekend of it, but it's never too late to sign up.
No, I'll tell you what. I included all 9 speakers from last year that people can sign into 7daysobrietychallenge.com and get all 9 speakers right now. And if they sign up, they're going to go ahead and get this year's speakers that they may have already missed. And the other thing, Kevin, I started it right before Christmas, thinking maybe we could keep some people from overdoing it on Christmas, but we're going to take it all the way through the first of the year.
Now, if people do want to sign up for this, will it cost them anything?
No, this is totally free. Totally free. Now, hopefully they will get motivated enough to want to keep going. So being a life coach, and this is kind of the hat I wear. I've been a licensed counselor for 30 years, and I do work for Teladoc. But on my life coaching, I am starting after the first of the year, my 12-week course that actually offers support for the entire year. Because, Kevin, I've been in the recovery program for 46 years. I got clean and sober in 1976. But then moved from Arizona back to Wisconsin. And, you know, Wisconsin is somewhat of the alcohol capital of the nation. At least we have taken the binge drinking award several times in the nation. And I started drinking again 10 years after I'd been sober, and I drank for 10 years till 96. So now I've got almost 27 years sober. It'll be 27 years in April. So I speak from my own experience in telling people how to do this.
Linda, if someone wants more information on the 7-day sobriety, where can they go?
Well, simple to remember, it's just HTTP 7daysobrietychallenge.com. And I'm just going to leave that up forever. So if anybody, if they're not willing to do it now and they're going to wait till the first of the year, or maybe next year, or maybe December or June, they can pop on there anytime and get that help, get the contact information, sign up, and I'll get back to them. They can also go right to my website. If they want to have a personal connection with me, they can go to my website, LindaLarsonSchlitz.com, and go to the coaching page there and just set up an appointment. I'd be happy to meet with people and get them started on this journey for that. So that's kind of where I'm heading.
All right, Linda, I appreciate you joining me today, and I want to wish you a happy new year to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Kevin, for having me. God bless you for thinking of people and trying to help them prevent a bad situation.
The Rhinelander Pub is now open Monday to Saturday. Come enjoy our newly expanded lunch and dinner menu featuring longtime pub favorites and new entree additions. You will love our all-you-can-eat soup and salad bar and Friday seafood buffet.
Carpet City.
Uh-oh. Did your holiday hosting create a couple extra stains in your carpet? Or do you just need an update for your old flooring? Come to Carpet City Flooring Center and start your year off right with free carpet installation. That's right, free carpet installation. If money is a little tight, Carpet City Flooring Center can help make your project affordable with interest-free financing. Get your free carpet installation today.
Carpet City. Our prices will floor you.
Merry Christmas from Trinity Lutheran Church and School and Child Care Center here in Merrill, Wisconsin, and a very happy new year. Happy birthday, Jesus!
Add character from floor to ceiling with help from Menards. Upgrade your home today with Shaw Flooring. From soft and luxurious carpet to durable laminate flooring or waterproof vinyl plank, save big on Shaw Flooring. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. Ceiling fans make a beautiful addition to any room while helping you save on energy costs year-round. Save big money on Patriot Lighting ceiling fans right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Ho, ho, ho! What do you want for Christmas?
Santa, this beaver dam tip-up is very cool.
Stay on top of breaking news and the biggest stories of the day with NBC News Daily. Get in-depth reporting from across the country and around the world. Tips to take care of your health and your wallet. And up-to-the-minute local news. NBC News Daily. Weekdays on NBC.
Welcome back to Up North at 4. Kevin Kraft in for Nate Myhawk. And Jeff, we were talking about this all week, but, you know, I thought it'd be fun. Let's do a story countdown. And you were on board with this.
I was. Well, first off, the end of the year has caught up to me, right? Like, all of a sudden, like, oh, gosh, this is the last weekend of the year.
It is.
Here it is, right? So we had to do an end-of-year countdown.
For sure. And, yes, these are all our lighthearted, more feature-like stories. I know there's a lot to choose from, but I did limit to 4 of them. So let's start off our countdown. Starting our countdown at number 4, a familiar name. Griffin Stroim brought us the story about the Wisconsin Wendigo coming to Eagle River. The announcement was made in the spring, and wouldn't you know it, they do have a game tonight. And, you know, Griffin was a hard one because he's done so many great stories, Jeff.
Yeah, so go support the Wendigo. I know Nate and I got up there a month ago. We pretended to try out for the Wendigo.
Yeah, you got leveled pretty good.
Like, pretty hard, right?
Yeah, that was a pretty funny video.
Well, they're a great team. They're fun to watch, and the competition level is very high. So go check them out.
All right, let's move on to the countdown. Moving on to number 3 in this top stories of the year. Back in August, the Minocqua Dragon Boat Festival took place. This was done by our own Matt Weaver. Matt spoke with multiple people, participants in the race, and the festival was the 5th anniversary. And I think I was on vacation when this was taking place.
Oh, you were?
I think so. So it didn't really occur to me that this was taking place, but it looked really cool, and the boat design was awesome.
Yes, it's getting out there. It is one of those things where there's thousands of people around, and there's lots of events like that across Northwoods. You know, pond hockey's coming up, but this one was just a fun one because look at that. It's just, that's like quintessential Northwoods to me.
For sure. All right, so let's move on to next in the countdown. We're going to Price County for this. Coming in at number 2 on the countdown, we go to Oxbow for tick racing. This past year in May was the 41st annual race at Oxbow Resort. Michael Lodholtz made the trip out there for covering the event. Many others, even locals and workers here at the station, including myself, were surprised that this was actually a thing. And I remember previewing this with Devin on the morning show, and him and I were just like, this sounds like the greatest thing ever.
Well, we've had, you know, worm races, but this is the tick races, and Michael did a great job of kind of putting that all in perspective. And you're right, if you're new to the Northwoods, this is what happens up here. We have tick races, awesome. So embrace it, right?
It was a great story, and you know, little throwback to when I was a kid, the local PetSmart, they had a hamster ball derby race. So I entered one of I entered one of my hamsters in that, and I got 2nd place out of 28. So it was kind of cool.
Funny.
All right, Jeff, you ready for number 1?
Let's figure it out.
All right, you may have an idea, but back in June, the honor flight took place at our nation's capital. Kyle Pozorski went along with them for the experience as he covered multiple angles of the honor flight. From Women in War to actually being there, Kyle shared their thoughts and emotions with you at home. And that was a great piece that Kyle did.
Stories that come out of that trip every year is just fantastic. And, you know, by the way, these are hard to narrow down to 4, right?
It was really hard.
We're like, how do we do that?
I got 8 of them, but 4 of them were... I nailed it to the top 4. But, Jeff, Happy New Year to you as well. We'll be right back. Wrap things up right after this quick break.
Ring in the new year by dining at the Rhinelander Cafe and Pub New Year's Eve. Call now for your reservations. We are offering a limited menu of your favorite entrees and look forward to welcoming you as you welcome 2023.
Want an amazing deal? Join the Y. January 1st through January 7th and pay the day. Join January 1st and pay $1. Join January 2nd and pay $2, and so on. We even waive the joiner fee. The YMCA offers fitness classes, state-of-the-art equipment, indoor pools, and so much more. We have programs and activities for every age. Offer good at the Southwood County YMCA, the YMCA of the Northwoods, the Stephen Point Area YMCA, and the Woodson YMCA. Pay the day starts January 1st. Make 2023 the year you find your Y.
Your home, where life happens. Family and friends gather. Memories are created. Locally family-owned business serving Rhinelander, Eagle River, and surrounding areas. Come into one of our stores located in Eagle River or Rhinelander and work closely with one of our creative kitchen designers on creating your dream kitchen.
Eagle River Cabinets, building relationships, one cabinet at a time.
Bam! My accident? My accident happened in a second.
My settlement? That's taking a really long time.
If you've been injured in an accident and need money now while your case settles, call Oasis today.
Better days start today. Get the cash you need with Oasis.
There's no risk. If you lose your case, you don't have to pay Oasis back, ever. Applying for Oasis Express Cash is easy and takes 3 minutes. We'll work with your attorney, and if you're approved, get you $500 to $100,000 in as little as 24 hours. Use it for bills, rent, whatever you need help with. So call now or go online to apply. Remember, there's no risk to you.
Better days.
Better days.
Better days start today.
Oasis Financial, because life moves faster than your case.
Call now. Once approved, get your money in as little as 24 hours. 1-800-745-9991.
Back here on New Year's Eve, and Jeff, got to ask really quick, if anyone wants to go out tomorrow, how's the weather going to be?
A couple of clouds around tomorrow, maybe a couple flurries tomorrow night, otherwise quiet. Sunday as well. Monday, too, before our next weather system gets in here, late Monday into Tuesday, and that one could be some snow we're shoveling again, but still, it's several days away.
Could be very exciting. Well, I hope you all have a great New Year's. Thanks for tuning in today, and we will talk to you again on Monday.
Get up to 80% off list prices during our huge inventory reduction sale at Slumberland Furniture. $20 million worth of furniture and mattresses must go. Lowest prices around on TV consoles, recliners, bar stools, sofas, mattresses, and lots more. Get the deal of a lifetime on clearance, one-of-a-kinds, scratch and dents, and more. Stores are packed with merchandise that must go. Up to 80% off at the huge inventory reduction sale on now at Slumberland.